It's Radio Saorsa. But what currency will we use? As HMS Global Britain continues to go down by the head, and as the rest of the planet sinks ever faster into the pandemic depression mire, this question of currency in an independent Scotland remains a favourite scare tactic of an increasingly desperate unionist cause. It's a valid question though, or at least Nicola Sturgeon would have us think that it is. But can Scotland be an independent country before it answers this apparently all-important question? Well, to answer this question, we must first describe what it is we mean by money, the fundamental building block of currency and the cash economy. Money is both a something and a nothing, and that is to say, it is largely an illusion. Of course, money is no illusion to anyone who has ever experienced having to search under the cushions of the sofa for coins to feed the wains in austerity Britain. This is not what we mean when we call money an illusion. What we mean by money being an illusion is that the material of money, cash, has no intrinsic value of its own. Trapped up a mountain in the middle of winter with a case full of £100 notes, the value of the money is reduced to its material value for fuel. It burns well and will keep us warm and alive until the mountain rescue arrives. Having no intrinsic value, cash money is a symbol. But of what? Well, money is a symbol, a material representation of the value of actual wealth. At this level of the illusion, the currency, be it euros, dollars or pounds, is unimportant. Each unit of money represents a single share in the total value of the wealth of the economy. All the money in the world then represents the sum total of the wealth of the world, the sum of all labour, resources and other physical assets. For working people then, cash money is a physical token of work done, the base value of their labour. In Scotland, taking the minimum wage for example, this would translate to a minimum wage of £8.91, representing the value of 1 hour's work. We might even think of this sum of £8.91 being the equivalent of 1 smackaroony, an imagined Scottish currency. It doesn't matter what currency this is in. This 1 smackaroony will buy £8.91 or €10.32 or $12.39 worth of food. Physical cash money, the notes and coins we have in our pockets, or some of us have in our pockets, is only one way of solving the problem of distributing wealth. It's quite an outdated solution, and continues largely because it keeps what Robert Tressel described as the great money trick going. As the working classes were in need of the necessaries of life, and as they could not eat, drink or wear the useless money, they were compelled to agree to the kind capitalists' terms. They each bought back, and at once consumed, 1/3 of the produce of their labour. The capitalist class also devoured 2 of the square blocks, and so the net result of the week's work was that the kind capitalist had consumed £2 worth of the things produced by the labour of the others, and reckoning the squares at their market value of £1 each, he had more than doubled his capital, for he still possessed the £3 in money and in addition £4 worth of goods. As for the working classes, having each consumed the pounds worth of necessaries they had bought with their wages, they were again in precisely the same condition as when they started. They had nothing. In a word, money does not exist to benefit ordinary working people. We have money because it benefits the beneficiaries of the prevailing economic system, the capitalist or moneyed classes. In any economy, even in the most primitive hunter-gatherer societies, some means will always exist to distribute the wealth of society. So there is no hypothetical reality in which any independent country will not have money and a currency. So why then is this question of currency so important to unionists? The answer is simple. Unionists in Scotland are unionists precisely because the prevailing system of British state capitalism benefits them. They are the capitalist or moneyed class, or are enthralled to it as its idiots. Cash money will always be important to the bourgeoisie and the petit bourgeoisie. Money is the foundation of the structure which keeps them in power and which keeps the rest of us in chains. Having then to pander to the mentality of the petty shopkeeper, Nicola Sturgeon and the Scottish National Party have conceded that this thing, which is essentially an illusion, is important. But this line of thinking, the imaginative development of cash money into a specific currency, is worse than an illusion. It is a trap. This is like asking, what language will we speak? It doesn't matter. Whether we speak Scots, Gaelic, English or Mandarin Chinese, the problem of language is solved the moment it serves its purpose, to communicate information from one person to another. The same with cash, so long as it represents wealth and distributes that wealth equitably. And this can be done with any currency. The trap of currency, because unionists only mean the pound when they ask this meaningless question, is the trap of soft nationalism. Like red postboxes, stamps and £5 notes and pound coins, it's all about whose head is on it. And this is the silliest reason of all for having any particular currency. In an independent Scotland, we might produce special toilet paper with the Queen or the whole royal family printed on it, and people can venerate this image as they please. Ultimately, this is a non-question, asked only to unsettle people and cause unnecessary concern. In reality, currency has nothing whatsoever to do with the question of independence. An independent Scotland can use the pound if it so wants, and for as long as it wants. It can use the Rwandan franc or the US dollar. We might even choose to have our own currency and our own central bank to keep the money trick going and working people in fetters. Or we might get over our very British prejudice and join the euro. It doesn't matter, so long as we have a mechanism for sharing the very considerable wealth of Scotland. Thanks for listening, and please remember to like and subscribe. And while we're talking about the illusion of money, because we all need change, you might want to throw some spare change at my Patreon account. It helps keep these projects going. Details in the description. See you next time.